All right. We're live. Hello.
Hello. Oh, are you wearing your K.A. Tucker sweatshirt?
Yes, I am. It says Alaska Wild.
Oh, I love it.
My mom thinks it's actually from
Oh.
Alaska. Like, did you get it from Alaska? No, I did not.
Have you been to Alaska?
No.
I would love to go.
Yeah, you could do like a cruise. I think that's pretty popular.
Yeah, Alaska's really pretty. But is that Novel Grounds?
Yes, it is.
Okay. They have nice subtle book sweatshirts, so you can't tell that they're from book.
Subtle. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like trying to figure out which design Sarah got for me. Penelope Douglas. Was it Jay Bree? Because those were the only two that I know Novel Grounds did. And she surprised me with this one.
Yeah. Novel Grounds has a ton though. I have a bunch in my cart. Like, have you read Elsie Silver?
Yes.
Okay. Did you like Elsie Silver?
I mean, they were solid, like 4 stars. I didn't love it like everyone else did, but they were really fun.
Okay.
Because I read them. I read them in December, like the last week of December, right before I was gonna film my best of the year video, just to see if I would end up adding them to my list, but I didn't. But they were good. I still like them.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Ooh, yes. It's happening tomorrow for Things We Hide from the Light, which I am almost done with.
It's so long. Do you like it?
Yeah, I'm liking it, but not as much as book 1.
What's your favorite book by her?
I've only read book 1 and then By a Thread. Things We Never Got Over is still my favorite.
Okay. Because Michelle likes By a Thread, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't read that one yet.
You saw Lucy score by accident? That's funny. People are meeting so many authors today.
Was that at Holiday with the Bells? That was today.
Oh.
I didn't see like anybody posting about it though.
Yeah, I had no idea it was happening.
Yeah.
By a Thread was really cute. Very rom-com-y with another grumpy hero. Mm. Yeah, Holiday with the Bells.
Did you get a ticket to the Steamy BookCon RomanticCon thing?
No.
Oh, they just posted a list of like 12 authors that dropped out. So
not surprised.
Yeah. I need to read that book though. Things We Have from the Light.
Yeah, it's feeling like a 4-star read for me right now. It is a little bit more suspenseful than the first book. It's worked a little bit better here because the first one it was just thrown in at the end, but here it is throughout.
Okay, I think I might like that. I want to buy it, but the cover for book 3, I love the color scheme because it's.
Oh my god, I know, and I am loving all the Lucian and Sloane glimpses that we're getting in the second one. Oh, the anticipation for them is real.
I'll have to read that soon. For our book pick for the choice.
Yes. So we read The Choice by Ashley Jade this month. It's a spin-off of The Words, which both of us loved last year.
Yeah.
So what did everyone think of the book? And have you read The Words?
And I will say I was warned about this book that it was more a prequel. So did you know that going in? Like they were gonna.
No, I didn't. I had no idea.
Yeah. So I feel like that prepared me, and that's why I loved it so much.
Yeah. I did not know it was going to be just a prequel. I was expecting overlap with the words, which is why I was very confused by what I was reading. So I am probably giving it like 3, maybe 3.5. The half is just because of Memphis, though. Otherwise, it's just like it was okay.
I loved it. I give it 5 stars. I could not stop reading it. I was obsessed with everything about it. I loved the drama and the angst. It was so good. It was so good.
The angst was good for a while, and then it kinda got repetitive for me. I was like, "Okay, we get it, you want her, but you can't have her."
Yeah, so then he hooks up with the principal. I love that.
I did love that, yeah.
Yeah,
I
because they're
was
all like, "You're getting no action," like
Yeah, people thought he was a virgin, he was gay, oh my god.
it was so funny. Oh, I loved it.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. People are loving it.
Okay, good.
5 stars. The Words was a 5-star read for me. 4 stars. Okay, someone on my side.
I mean, like, I get why you would hate Josh because he's literally garbage, but I understood why she held on to him for so long. Especially this, like, it always makes me like the angst more when the character doesn't likes them for something that the other person does. So like she felt like so much more connected to Josh because she thought he killed Shane when that's really what Memphis did. And
Yeah.
I've read some like that where they like them for something they assumed that they did, but it was really the other love interest that did it. So like they're obviously meant to be with the other person. Like she's obviously meant to be with Memphis, but she's holding on to Josh.
I After maybe, like, 60%, I just could not deal with it anymore. I got way too frustrated with the whole Josh thing. I mean, I wasn't frustrated with her, like, I also understood why she held on to him for so long, but I just hated him so much. I couldn't stand him either. He kinda ruined the book for me. Even though I knew how awful he was even worse than I thought.
It didn't make you feel better though knowing that he was gonna be gone.
I think I was just hoping that he would be gone in this book, I didn't
You didn't need that much of him.
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah,
need that much of them in high school either.
right. Well, and I feel kind of frustrated with her for how much she let him get away with, especially with like the cheating part, because he like twisted it like, oh well, I still need to hook up with guys, and she's like, well, okay, like she didn't like it, but she let him still
Yeah,
like, and that meant that he was also cheating like all over with everybody, which we figured
for
out, but
sure.
that was fresh. Like she knew he was doing that, and she's like, oh, but like he has to do that, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah, like, she was just putting blinders on,
yeah,
like, putting
and like
herself in denial.
pushing away her Arabella. Was that her name?
I think so. The friend?
Like, yeah, immediately saying you're lying, and then believing Josh saying that she was hitting on him. I was just like,
Yeah.
that was
That
that was.
is such a mom pose. You just
It was annoying. I'm like, no, you don't automatically believe the guy and then believe that she was flirting with him when she's your friend. I don't
Yeah,
know. With like Josh's track record of lying,
I know, right? He is a
she
master manipulator.
yeah, she was being manipulated a lot. And like I was also surprised, and they never showed it, which was just an interesting choice for the author that because at first I was like, wait, is she really like hooking up with like every single person at school just so Josh could? I was like, no. And then they said she was,
No,
but they
I
never
also
like
thought
showed
that
it.
too, that it was just
Yeah.
rumors, but that was kinda crazy.
Yeah. But they literally never had a scene of that happening or like a scene
No,
of anybody like mentioning that she did sleep with. So I
yeah,
thought, I don't know. I kind of wish there was something like that where like someone said something who like actually did sleep with her from like what they say like the basketball team or something because they only addressed it as like oh people were saying rumors. She's like oh no but I actually did that. And I was like I don't know. I
yeah,
felt
and
like that was very out of character for her.
Yeah, and she also slept with that Isaac guy who is kind of friends with Memphis. I did not expect that to happen because she was talking about the dick sizes, and then she threw in Isaac being smaller than Memphis.
Like,
Memphis
literally, I
is
think she's
huge.
yeah, I know, they would
They
not stop
kept
talking.
talking about that so much.
Yeah. But, like, she's literally slept with everybody, like, everybody.
And she doesn't even like it.
No.
It was just really sad.
Yeah. I don't know, I wish she would have said something, but
Yeah, she let Josh walk all over her.
right. Because she, like, didn't even like sleeping with her own boyfriend.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, like, everything about Josh was annoying. So, like, he would, like, make fun of her about her insecurities, and I'm just like, this is such toxic behavior. Like, her chest size and, like, her
Mhm.
wanting to, like, slow it down, and he would just make fun of her for it, and I'm like, how do you not and I mean, like I said, she, like, is connected with him because of their trauma, but I'm like, how are you okay staying with that? But
Maybe
that's what
it's
made it so good,
the
was it was so frustrating.
yeah. But, I mean, it's probably also because she's still young, you know?
That's true.
So, this being in high school, it makes sense.
'Cause how old is she?
Um, are they aren't they in the same year? Or
Are they?
maybe
Are they all 18?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, they never really talk about
'cause
that.
Memphis is, 'cause he's graduating. I don't know, I don't
Right.
remember if they talked about her.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she never confronted him at all. Or she would try and then he would just bulldoze over her or he would just tell her things that she wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was frustrating. Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know, like, I don't need her to be a strong heroine, you know, 'cause, like, she had such a horrible upbringing that she's still trying to find her strength. So that's why I think we're gonna see that in the second book.
That's
But
true.
I mean, like, I can see why that's annoying reading this entire book and not seeing her reach that growth, especially because of the end where she's still stuck with Josh again, which is
Mhm.
really but and then Josh blackmails Memphis, which makes me so angry.
I know. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out exactly how they would go from high school to the words present day, and she's still with
Yeah,
Josh.
yeah. Yeah.
I did
But then go ahead.
I was annoyed with Memphis when he decided to, like, just push her away, say all these awful things, and that was how he was able to make her let him go.
But he felt like he had to because of Josh. Like, if Josh just, like, was
No.
out of the picture, which he ends up being in the words, they'll be happy. But I literally think there's no way they could be happy if Josh was anywhere.
Ugh,
Like,
I know.
Josh,
It would be interesting if Josh was still there.
he has to die for them to even be able to be together. So, um, I don't know if they're gonna wait until, like, the end of book 2 to tell her that Memphis is the one that killed Shane,
Mhm.
but and, like, Josh is so calculating though, because like, I feel like Josh knew from the beginning, like, when Memphis killed Sh isn't it Shane? When Memphis killed him?
Yeah.
I feel like Josh said, "Oh, you did it for me," but I feel like he knew from the start that
Oh,
Memphis was
like, when they actually killed him?
yeah,
Yeah. Like, Memphis had blacked out, but
yeah.
Josh knew.
So the entire time, I feel like Josh was aware of how Memphis felt for her.
Yes. The suicide for sure was a calculated thing also.
Okay, but then they were also so dumb for having sex so loud in their house together.
Yeah, I know, but
It's like, guys, come on. Obviously, he's gonna hear you. Obviously. That was annoying, but Like I said, it makes it so much more dramatic, and I loved it. So
I couldn't deal with it. I gave it 3 stars,
I know
Christy.
Christy didn't like it.
Did you give it, like, a 2?
I think Christy did 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
But
too much high school, too much frustration. I wanted more of the words timeline.
yeah. But I was told before I started it that it was just all in high school and that we didn't even get anything in the words, so then I knew. And I also really love when they act like they hate the other person because they love them so much just to push them away. I love that so much because it reminds me of like Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman and like these other love triangle-y ones. And then she's like, well, obviously you're gay. And he's like, and she's like, well, obviously you're in love with Josh and that's why you hate me. And that same thing happened in Love Actually. Have you seen Love Actually? The
I
movie?
think so.
Okay. With the Keira Knightley, like her husband, she gets married in the beginning of the movie, and his best friend hates her, and she thinks like, oh, you're in love with, and like a couple people think you're in love with like the best friend, but no, he's in love with the wife. It's so good. It was so funny.
But this comment, you know what I was expecting at the end of the choice? I was expecting it to line up with the ending of the words, you know, with the baby thing.
Oh my gosh, yes, and that too. But I'm like, how does Memphis have a baby?
I know. Do we know if it's confirmed that it's his though? Could it be?
I thought it was.
Okay, so it was confirmed. I didn't remember, but do you think the author did this because Skylar can't have children? Like, or did she just throw in Skylar not being able to have children as something to make the readers feel a little bit better about Memphis?
That didn't even cross my mind when I read that. I didn't even realize that. But it made me sad because that came up in the conversation where Josh was like, I want 5 kids.
Yeah.
And she was like, I can't have them. And Josh was like, not Josh, Memphis was like, oh. Now, but then I would hate that to be like, oh, well, Memphis getting someone else pregnant is going to fix that problem. I don't like
exactly. I was not a huge fan.
Yeah, I thought they confirmed that it was. Oh, so the September thing was the audiobook. Someone told me that Something by Her wasn't coming out until September, and I thought they meant that book 2 wasn't until September, but they were talking about the audiobook of the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the audio's not coming out until September, but she literally has no updates on when the book's coming out.
Yeah, it's gonna be 1,000 pages.
Yeah.
Of pure angst.
I'm so ready for it. I'm so excited.
I'm hoping it'll be better just because we finally get what I get what I want, you know?
Yeah. And I think I can trust her though with that long of a book because the words didn't feel that long. Like I really loved the words and the length worked, but the words also did before and after together, and the choice and the consequence didn't do that. So I don't know.
Do you think the sequel is gonna jump right to them as rock stars?
I hope so, because I really don't care about like
right
the part. Right. Especially if we know like their relationship's going to be at the same point it was in the end of this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I did feel bad also because like her mom, and she had to watch her mom and her aunt both die from cancer.
Yeah.
Like as much as we complain about her, like she has a really crappy life.
She does. She has so much trauma.
Yeah. But also Memphis, his trauma. That he like doesn't tell anybody about it. So it's like she has more in common with him than she thought. Ugh.
I know. It's just that he doesn't tell her these things. Right. She has no idea.
Yeah.
But Memphis was definitely my favorite thing about the choice. Such a sweetheart.
What did you think about the fact that he was hooking up with the principal?
Me?
Yeah, and everyone in the comments.
I liked it. I thought it was, I mean, you can kind of guess, you know, when he snuck into the room after she left. But that was great. I like the whole setup of that with her having no idea and just assuming he's a virgin or he's gay.
Yeah. And that kind of like was kind of the first thing that really put her into being jealous over Memphis and like acknowledging her feelings for him, like thinking of him with someone else because she hadn't thought that before.
It was kind of funny how the principal genuinely fell for Memphis too.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, you kinda feel bad for her, but it was still kinda funny. He did not care.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like,
then
it's so
she's
sweet.
sunbathing topless. She's like, "Well, you're gay." And she's like, "Why didn't you stop me?" He's like, "'Cause why would I? I'm not gay."
Oh my god, yes. Like, the first thing she thought of was him being jealous of her and not him.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they had their own romance, like, if it was completely separate, some principal, older woman, younger man type of romance, it'd be pretty good.
Yeah. But Memphis is supposed to be with Skylar.
Yes. Um, what is it Vic? Is that the manager, or is that someone else?
Skylar's with the manager?
Yeah, I don't remember this.
No. I
But
mean, I
I
also wasn't paying too much attention to Skylar because I didn't realize she was getting the next book.
Right, but I'm glad she as at least is trying to move on.
So
Yeah,
obviously Memphis was.
right.
But it'd also be interesting to see, like, how she gets into that industry because I remember her talking about not knowing, like, at all what she wanted to do. And we know that she's gonna end up being a manager, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, she's gonna do PR.
Yeah.
Um, but she wasn't their PR manager yet at the beginning of the words either.
Because they
Like sh
brought her in.
Yeah.
They didn't know the words characters, right?
No.
Okay, because the 2 and the words had gone to high school together, and
Yeah.
those 2 were just, like, pulled in separately.
Yes. I was also kinda hoping they would meet too, but
Yeah.
it didn't.
Yeah, because we got to see, like, the hint of, oh, he, like, talked to that one guy who was really interested in him playing guitar and, like, wanted to see what he could do with him. So
Mhm.
well, so does Memphis not go to school?
You mean college?
Yeah,
I guess not. Yeah, I don't know when they would actually form their band.
right, but he was, like, all ready to go to Berkeley.
Yeah.
But he did say he would still, like, join the band, though, and it also, though, then makes me more annoyed that Memphis would take Josh with him, because like, the guy was like, "Oh, yeah, and if, like, you mentioned your brother, like, if you think he'd be good, like, bring him along too," and I was like, "He shouldn't have done that. He should just left him."
Right. It he wasn't even that good of a player either.
Right,
So, Josh just has his claws in both Skylar and
and
Memphis.
he does nothing to deserve it.
No. I mean, even from the beginning, when they got adopted, Memphis did all of their chores and was trying to make Josh seem not as bad.
Yeah. It was annoying.
Okay, yes. It was Vic.
Interesting. But, I mean, like you said, I would like that she was also moving on and not just, like, sitting there waiting for Memphis while Morgan
Right.
was pregnant, so
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know if it would happen, like, after he went to college or because he talked about wanting to learn a lot.
Mhm. Yeah, and why would he bring him on after that threat? Like, at the end of the
Right.
choice? I don't understand. Yeah, he was a huge druggie.
He was a really bad influence on Phoenix too, though, so,
Mhm.
yeah. Oh, the words was so good.
I know.
So good.
It was really good.
But this one I could not stop reading. And I also think it's because it was short though too. Like I flew through this.
Yeah, I was just really glad it was not gonna take me forever to get through.
Mm-hmm.
But because in the words, I actually really like the past chapters, you know, the beginning when they are in high school. Here it was just too much. I would have preferred how it was in the words with just a little chunk of it. And then moving on to the present.
Yeah. Okay, listen, if my sister acted like that, no. Maybe my sister, but no. Because he's like basically like threatening to put him in jail. Like he's like, I'll tell everybody that you. I'm like, I don't know.
No, like you're gonna tell everyone he's a murderer, and you're still gonna be around him voluntarily.
That's so frustrating.
Yeah. Which did you like better?
I feel like that's not a fair comparison until the consequences out. Like I have to like do this. I just was so obsessed with the choice though. Like I could not stop reading because it was just so angsty and so good because you know they love each other, but she's dating his brother. And they did cheat. Like she was still with Josh when she first kissed Memphis. So and I love a good cheating. I don't think I can choose. I like them both. This is true.
Yeah, these toxic relationships where they keep going back over and over and over.
Yeah.
So what? I was wondering about this. Like, did Josh save Memphis in the way that Josh saved Skylar? Like what?
I don't think as much, but like literally Josh is Memphis's only family. So
yeah. But now, I mean, after so many years with the adopted parents, you know, who genuinely care about.
I really liked them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, because it was really sad. Even when they first moved to the foster home, they were like, are you going to touch Josh? Like, to the dad. And I was just like, these guys have very deep issues. I mean, to question like every single person in their lives because of what they've been through. So, yeah.
Okay, both 5 stars.
Yes, I did. I love the choice so much. It was just so good.
Yes, it's definitely more of a prequel, a primer.
Yeah.
Which would have been better if I had known, but
I did know, so yeah. I did really like the adopted dad's relationship and like his whole thing with like the meals and like
just and like, inside jokes. Yeah.
I feel bad for them though because like they genuinely loved Memphis and wanted him as a son, and they were like, but like we don't really want Josh, but like we have to take because Memphis literally said like you can't adopt me without Josh, and I'm just like, why? Josh does not deserve anybody in his life. Like this is so ridiculous.
No. Like I feel bad for him. Yes, he went through some extreme trauma, but this does not mean that you being manipulative and toxic is okay.
Right. Especially because he wasn't even a good person. Like he was constantly cheating on Skylar and then gaslighting her and be like, well, no, like never. And then he's like, well, yeah, I guess I did sleep with her. And I'm like, oh, but she was coming on to me. But then he had another girl in his room too, and then locked the window when she needed him. I'm just like, he's been cheating on, and then like forcing her to do things she doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he was like kind of a good person, I'd feel bad, but
yeah, he was just too clearly a bad person. Yeah. So you do get frustrated with them just accepting that.
Yeah. I hated this part. And like we were talking about it earlier, though, I'm surprised none of it was like shown. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It probably just would have been too uncomfortable to read, you know, of her just not liking.
But I mean, like even having one of the guys say something to her, because I don't think we ever saw that. It was just That one cheerleader that kept on talking about it. And then, like, Memphis that threw it at her. But I don't think we ever saw her, like, interact with any of those guys at school, because I don't know how that affected her.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive that she didn't let the rumors get to her. Like, she really didn't care about anyone at school besides Josh and Memphis.
Yeah.
I hope we get to see more of that friend, though, in the next book.
Skylar's friend?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because Skylar definitely did also need, like, a life outside of those two. So I'm glad she did. I mean, but we also didn't really see any of her cheerleading. Like, she was so obsessed with cheerleading and, like, so excited about it. We didn't really see that either.
That's true. Memphis, the tattoo part, that was so sweet. What was it? What was the line that had the word sky in it?
Like, kiss the sky or something?
Yeah. Oh, Memphis, he's just too good.
But again, there's no way Josh didn't catch that. There is no way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love him. Yeah, with what Christy said, though, I feel like none of the guys actually, like, confronted her about it, though. Like, I feel like there'd be more comments, like, from the guys to her face.
It might be because they probably knew if they did that, they wouldn't have a shot at her.
Yeah. It was just really sad, though.
Yeah.
That she was doing that. And that everybody knew she was doing that just because of Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Memphis won't do that.
He's too good for Josh.
And, like, no surprise that then Josh didn't show up to prom and never showed up. Oh, what did you think about the old lady?
Oh, yes. That was good.
Yeah.
I thought yeah, it was nice to see Skylar have some sort of maternal figure in her life.
Yeah. Even though she's a little crazy.
Yeah. But it was the perfect time for Skylar and Memphis to get closer without Josh around.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, the only time we saw her be affected was just the cheerleading part, and that was just a blip. We never really went back to that.
Yeah, and then she only was affected when Memphis, like, threw it in her face.
Mhm.
And she got really mad.
Yeah.
It was like it sounded like a lot of people.
Mhm.
A lot.
Yeah. And there'd be more than one guy, right? Sometimes at a time.
Uh-huh.
And it's just crazy that Josh would be able to manipulate these guys who probably some of them probably aren't actually into guys either, and he would force them to, like, get him off, only to be able to get to her.
Like, is Skylar, like, that, like, what is the word I wanna use? Like, everybody wants her? Like, they basically, like, meant that.
Yeah,
Like, the guys would literally do anything for the chance to sleep with her.
Yeah, they do talk about her being very attractive, very beautiful. Like, her disgusting uncle talked about that too.
Right. Yeah. I did like how, because that was Memphis's boss, that it was funny. Yes.
Yeah. It was nice to get away from the toxicity.
And when he finally started driving her there. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
He's just was Memphis like he wasn't a jerk, right, in the words? I don't remember him.
I was paying attention to,
The other one, right?
and Quinn and whatever the other one's name was, like, the hero's sister and best friend.
Yeah.
I was like, what's their romance?
That's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
But
And she
then
said no.
yeah, I know, which is why you have such a perfect setup. But I think I saw somewhere that it's possible that Quinn is gay, like, that's the reason why that's not happening. I don't know for sure, though.
Hmm. I feel like now, though, I need to reread the words and pay attention to everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I did like what the next person said, though, when they first got together. Wasn't that in his truck? And they were, like, in that field or whatever?
Mhm.
Yeah. I loved that. That's when it kind of got them together. They had such an intense connection, though, which I
They
really
did,
loved.
yes.
She's like, "Wow, I like being with Memphis so much more than being with Josh." And I was
I
like,
wonder why.
"Go be with him."
Yeah, and every time his chapter would just be like, "She's it for me. I know she's the one, but, I just can't have her." He was more quiet. Yeah, I don't he wasn't as prominent as the other one, as Quinn was.
Yeah.
Maybe because, Phoenix was closer to Quinn,
Yeah. Because I just feel like, and even like when Josh died, I was like, well, he was just like the druggy band member. Like, I didn't like care who he was and know really more about him.
yeah. I also thought that they were actually blood brothers. I didn't remember them being adopted.
Yeah. I don't know though if they ever tell people like, oh, like he's my adopted brother. I think they just go around and say, like, that's my brother.
Yeah. But again, why would Memphis go along with that? Yeah, that's my brother who threatened to tell everyone I'm a murderer, you know?
Yeah. I keep on forgetting that though. I'm like, how is he okay with that in the
Right.
future? Like the ending of this book, I'm just like, how do you move on from that?
Right. Yes, I agree. The whole Josh thing just ruined this read for me.
Mm. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see that and like how that happened too, though. Like
Mhm.
relationship with that person.
Yeah. I'm still hoping it's not his baby, but
I thought they like confirmed it.
right. It's wishful thinking on my part.
Yeah, and that just like has me concerned though that like makes Memphis now okay with the fact that Skylar can't have kids because like now he's gonna have his I don't like that.
Mhm.
Memphis is not gonna marry her unless
No,
there's gonna be a bigger time jump.
I'm pretty sure they mentioned Memphis thinking about marrying her, right, in the words? Unless I'm
No.
remembering wrong, but I'm pretty sure he offered to marry, so they wouldn't have a child out of wedlock.
No.
Yeah, I don't remember if they talked about this.
I'm gonna see if she's posted anything about.
Oh, so it was said, I guess. Just no one really remembers anything about Josh and Memphis in the words, except for that baby part.
Yeah. They were very, very like minor side characters.
Mhm. We don't have a release date yet for The Consequence, unfortunately. The 2 books were supposed to release within, like,
A
2
week
weeks
or
or a month.
so.
Yeah, so that didn't happen, but she's
Like really didn't happen. It's been a month now.
yeah, she's still writing it, I guess. I don't if I wouldn't be surprised if she ended up, like, making this a trilogy just because I don't know how
Give me 1,000 pages of angst. I will read that.
I know, but you might as well just split it into 2. Like, the perfect stopping point would be, like, that ending for the words, because
Yeah.
that's what I got. what was going to be the cliffhanger for this first one. Yeah, so they talked about an engagement.
That's not going to happen. Unless it's like what I just said, like where they actually get married and then it time jumps again.
Right.
She hasn't posted to Instagram since January.
She posts sometimes in her Facebook group.
I don't know if I'm in her Facebook group. Which I think someone told me that that's the only place they even heard that it was postponed. Because I don't remember her posting that she wasn't done with it.
Yeah, so Skylar was pretty big in the words. She became Lennon's friend.
And is it Ashley, Jade, Angry Girls?
Yeah. And then we got to know through that friendship all the angst from Skylar and how she was in love with her boyfriend's brother. Yeah. Oh gosh, I don't know if he's gonna actually go through with this wedding though, but it really seems like he actually gave up on Skylar by the end of the words, which sucks. But I don't know.
I have to answer these questions to join her reader group.
Are you looking for the video or something?
No, I'm looking if they posted anything.
Oh, let me check because I'm in the group.
Why would I feel like she's written very different things too. What is I have to say what I read by her. What's the next book in the Cruel Prince? What Broken Night?
Yeah. The Words is so far the only book that I've really enjoyed from her.
I liked that new adult series though.
Like the bully romance series?
Yeah.
No.
Did you ever read The Devil by her?
Oh, I think so. Is that a co-written book?
No.
Does it have a blue cover?
No.
I'm thinking of another book that I
Okay.
hated. That also has a blue cover. Let me see.
Complicated Hearts?
Oh, yeah, I think so. That one was really bad.
Oh, it's Ruthless Night. I read Cruel Prince and Ruthless Night. I give Cruel Prince 4 stars and Ruthless Night 5 stars. I give The Word 5 stars.
Okay, so the last post she did was just a graphic of all her books, and that was the end of January. So she didn't post at all this month. She was just pumping out, trying to write the consequence, I guess. Oh, no. Okay. Fold was the one that
I gave that 2 stars.
It was really bad.
I did not like that one.
Yeah, that one was really bad. Oh, The Devil. Okay, yes. Yes, I did read this duet. I after reading like some reviews before I started, I was expecting this to blow my mind, and I was like, yeah, that did not happen. It was a little underwhelming for me.
Sugar Daddies, isn't that Jade West? Does she have a book called Sugar Daddies? I feel annoyed though because I read The Devil so long ago and I never continued. Now I feel like I've forgotten everything important in The Devil because I remember it being wild.
You didn't finish the duet?
No, aren't there 3 books or there's only 2?
There's only 2.
Okay, I think that my library only had the first one for a while until it got the second one, and I never picked the next one up. Because wasn't it like the one guy was trying to get to her because the other guy liked her? For The Devil?
Kind of.
Okay.
It was like a love triangle, but not really. We also have a very manipulative guy in this duet too.
Oh, okay. I didn't read Wicked Princess either. Wasn't that the sister's book? I think that was. But that's back when I liked like new adult bully, and I'm like kind of over that now. So I don't know if I like it anymore. But I need to know when this next book's coming out because I need it. And it scares me that she doesn't even have like a tentative release date. Is she just gonna like drop it?
Probably. Yeah, so she posted literally December 31st a video of her telling people that the consequence is not gonna come out when
she knew that in December?
Yeah. She said, I remember she said she was gonna aim for March, but that it wasn't set in stone.
She was gonna aim for March? And she might not even meet that deadline?
Yeah.
And she knew this back in December?
Yes.
But how does she know it's 1,000 pages?
I don't know. Good question.
I just want the book. Yeah.
Yeah, this graphic is pretty helpful of all her books.
And she writes such different books.
Yeah. Mostly like bully stuff, and then there's a couple of random ones that you can't really describe.
I don't even remember what happened in Fold, but I remember thinking it was the most ridiculous thing. Like,
it was because the heroine was literally a lesbian.
Oh, and he was like, "No, she likes me."
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That was, I was like, "What are you doing?"
Ridiculous.
Ugh.
Book 2 was slightly better in the Devil Duet, but yeah, I didn't love that one.
March, but like to me, March, I know March is like in the next few days, but I don't think she means like early March.
No.
So far away. Let's see if my library. Doesn't she do a Jade though too?
Yeah, she does. I don't think
she for this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Cruel Prince, that trilogy is under Jade. The Words is under Jade. The Choices, everything else is Ashley Jade. I don't know why. Because they're kind of, I mean, they're different, but also kind of similar-ish, a little dark, a little angsty, some bully stuff.
Does anybody have any recommendations for books like this one? I love it so much. I would love all the recommendations. I mean, like their dynamic reminded me of Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. It also reminded me of an Emma Scott duet. What was it? Bring Down the Stars? It reminded me of that duet a little bit. Because in that one, he was like writing, like his best friend decided he liked her and had him write letters to her from him, but it was really the other guy's writing, and she was falling in love with through the letters. And it was like not him, the other one that she was falling with.
Yeah. There's also Sin and Ink, right? Where it was by Naima Simone. Weren't they brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the hero saw her first, but then
yep,
getting with the brother.
Yeah. Which is so good. I mean, like, I also appreciate it though when it's like clear, like, oh, you definitely belong to Memphis. Like that makes it so nice.
Have you read Black Swan Affair by K.L. Krieg?
No, but I really want to.
Yeah, that one's a really good love triangle. It's definitely one of the few love triangles that I've loved.
Isn't it brothers?
Yeah, they're brothers.
She's writing the other brother's story.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Because I saw her at the Nashville signing last year.
It's been a while though since Black Swan Affair came out. I was still in college, I think.
Really?
So that one is a love triangle between two brothers. She always thought that she would be with I think he's older. She always thought she was going to be with the older one, who of course is the big jerk. But she ends up marrying the younger one. It's kind of a marriage of convenience. And of course, the younger one has always been in love with her.
I love that. Is Say You Swear a love triangle?
I don't know.
Isn't that Megan Brandy?
Yeah.
I think I have this one. I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's right here. Okay. I'm not the biggest Megan Quinn fan, so. Do you like Megan Quinn?
I've only read a few things. I've loved a few and then also not liked a few, so I can't say that I love her.
Yeah. Oh, I am going to read The Wrong Bride. I have the audio for that.
I got really excited about this one, but then I decided to look on Goodreads to see what people were saying, and almost all of them talk about how wishy-washy the hero is, and that is literally the worst trait in a hero for me. I cannot stand wishy-washy heroes.
You're not going to read it.
I mean, I probably still will, but I was so disappointed to see that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Like there's this one B Celeste book that is also kind of like this. It was where he dated the heroine's sister, and he was also so wishy-washy. Like he just could not let that sister go. For which one?
The B Celeste.
It was The Truth About Forever.
He dated the sister?
The Truth About Heartbreak. That's what it's called.
Is that book 2 or book 1?
Book 1.
I don't think he dated the sister.
Okay, it was the best friend. It says brother's best friend.
Yeah. He like had a girlfriend though that he wouldn't let go of because he was trying to like resist.
Yeah. It was a girlfriend that he could not
like let go
for
years
with her.
Yeah. I really need to read Dancing with Sin. I've heard that one's really, really good.
Who is this by?
Alexandria Lee. It's thick, but I've heard it's good. I have that somewhere. I don't remember where I moved it. I recently moved my books, and now I don't know where anything is. Oh, I put it somewhere. I just love a good love triangle.
Oh. He's engaged to be wed to her sister.
And I think she moves in with them.
Oh, God.
Okay, so you know how I offered Hawk by Jessie Hall as one of our options for next month?
Mm-hmm.
Have you read that?
No.
So at first people were telling me it's like After by Anna Todd. I was like, okay, that like means something to me. But then people were saying it's like Thoughtless by S.C. Stevens. And I was like,
no.
Yes.
Nope.
These are the book bonanza, and I'm so excited.
S.C. Stevens?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, well, I hated Thoughtless, so.
I love that book so much. Oh, that was when I was in college. I remember, like, vividly remember being my sophomore year dorm room reading Thoughtless. Those bunk beds, I remember.
Oh, it was first published on Wattpad.
What was?
Hawk.
Oh, okay. Everyone's been loving it lately, so. I do want to read the Cityscape trilogy by Jessica Hawkins. I need to read more of her backlist. Thank you, Christy. Everything. Kellen Kyle.
No.
Yes.
I actually surprisingly really liked the book about that Griffin, I think, like band member. He was the over-the-top character. I loved his book.
I really liked her like motocross ones.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I did. It was a little bit better than Thoughtless, but I didn't love them.
I remember really liking Furious Rush, the first one, but is she going to both, or am I mixing them up? Maybe I made that up that she was a book bonanza.
But has she written anything?
No.
Really?
I don't think so. But what a time when Thoughtless was all the rage.
I know. Colleen Hoover, Abby Glines, Jamie McGuire before she became insane.
I went on that tour where it was the Atria tour with Colleen, Jamie, and Abby. They all came to a bookstore when I was in college, and I went and saw them, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever.
I know, I remember that tour. I don't think they stopped here, but I remember it.
Yeah. So she is going to Book Bonanza.
Kellen was so emo and angsty.
The cheating trope does serve, okay? That book was so good. I'm looking for Seattle now.
Yes, that's pretty much how you could sum up this book. You hate the characters, but
you ate it up. I ate it up. I don't know. Ugh. I hate it when the signings don't have the author.
She published a book in 2022.
What is it?
It's another Thoughtless book. It's called Painful, and it's Kellen's book. It's a Kellen book. Oh, okay. It's a retelling of the book Effortless. Wait, she did a
Kellen Thoughtless from his perspective.
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
I don't think I read it because I don't care about those. Is she just gonna like ride her career on Thoughtless books?
I mean, it doesn't seem like Painful did that well anyway.
No, it's only 570 ratings on Goodreads.
Yeah.
Oh, did she self-publish it though? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's the 3 original books. And then Thoughtful was Thoughtless from his perspective. And then Untamed was Griffin's, which I really liked.
Yeah, I love that one. Oh yeah, she has a vampire series. It wasn't good.
Maybe that means she's writing more.
But are you gonna read her again?
No. Comes out with a new book, yeah, but I can't find the author list. Oh, here it is. She's gonna go on all these signings this year. How exciting. All right, do we want to say our next book?
Oh yes, okay. I don't know how to say this author's last name, okay? Let me try to figure it out.
I actually have this. Oh.
You do?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Is this it? What is the first one? Is it part of a trilogy?
Yeah. Okay, it's gonna be The Longing of Lone Wolves by Lana Pecherzik.
Yeah. This was in a book box. And it has all 3 books in it.
Oh. You bought it?
No, I think it was a book box I got for free.
Oh.
Oh, it's got art in it. Look at that.
Oh.
It's fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is the first one.
Yes. The Longing of Lone Wolves.
I want to say this was in Bay Crate. Remember Bay Crate?
Yeah.
I think this was one of their last boxes they had. Unless I'm making that up, but I think it was. I'm not going to read it in this big thing, though.
Yeah, so this one is probably also going to end in a cliffhanger. It's going to be a trilogy. Like, this couple has a trilogy. But there's the whole series is called Fae Guardians.
Yeah.
But their trilogy is that anthology title, Season of the Wolf.
Oh, so is it different couples every 3 books?
Yeah.
That makes sense. I don't know. I like the art.
Yeah, it's nice.
give us some fae.
Yes. Yeah, this was suggested by Carrie, who just really wanted us to read this book because she loves the series.
Yes.
She hasn't confirmed that she's gonna join us, but she did say she wants to. So it'll be at the end of March, the last Saturday, as usual.
I'll be out of town, so it might not be that last Saturday.
Okay.
Well, isn't that April 1st, that last Saturday?
No.
Yeah.
The last Saturday is the 25th.
Yeah. I was thinking that if we did like wait until the very end of the month,
No.
it's on a Friday. We can do the 25th.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's been out for a while.
Oh, okay, so it's actually different couples every book, but they overlap. So hopefully this won't end on a cliffhanger, right?
I guess we'll see.
Okay, it says The Witcher meets Beauty and the Beast. Interesting.
Interesting. But they also said, was it Christy that said this? That for the new Crescent City paperback that they just came out with, they said it's Game of Thrones meets 50 Shades of Grey meets something else meets Buffy for Crescent City.
Why would they need to do this for Sarah J. Maas? Like, Sarah is the one you compare things to.
I was like, it's not like Game of Thrones. And I was like, it's not 50 Shades. There's literally half a sex scene in book 1 and that's it.
It's Game of Thrones because it's fantasy. It's 50 Shades because there's steam. And it's Buffy because she fights people, I guess.
Whoever did that blurb needs to be fired because that is absolutely a lie. So
it's blurbed on the front.
That's what Christy said. I don't remember. I didn't like look too closely at it, but
that's funny. Is it the same cover though? Because I know they changed a bunch of her covers recently.
I think they just changed her Throne of Glass ones. Hi, Miss Darcy. Come here. She wants to sniff around. Darcy looks like she wants to eat something. Oh, right?
Are there vampires?
There's no vampire. No, is there a vampire? I don't know. I thought it was the new paperback cover.
Okay, so it's a different cover then. Right?
Oh, it's the UK, India, Australia cover. Sarah J. Maas, yeah, posted it with Bloomsbury. I mean, it's really cool. Like, that's the cover. But it says right there. Think Game of Thrones meets Buffy with a drizzle of E.L. James.
Okay, so that was a quote from a review. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Oh, that's book 2, though. That's cool.
Okay, yeah, these covers are much nicer than the ACOTAR ones.
Yeah. So it's only UK covers. Oh, they're going to have a Waterstone exclusive edition.
For book 3?
It says the Waterstones exclusive edition of House of Sky and Breath.
Oh. I pre-ordered the TJ Klune book from Waterstones.
Which one? His new one?
Yeah, the new standalone, like House of the Cerulean Sea. I've been waiting for the rest of the Green Creek series to get announced, but they haven't done anything.
Yeah, well, I ordered the wrong copy, so. I mean, like, I love the cover, but, like.
But you can get that cover from the US.
That's why I'm annoyed. Like, why did I buy the UK version?
Did you not? I always have to double check. Like whenever
I didn't realize like this wasn't considered special edition. I thought there was only one edition. Like I didn't realize they sold both of them in the UK. And then I did get the right one of It Starts With Us, and that one's dumb. So I think
yeah.
the opposite. Like I wouldn't have cared if I didn't get the one supply of water.
I know. I still can't. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, were they just too cheap? Is that it?
I don't know, because they sell 1 million copies of her books. Even the paperback for the US was cheap. Like they did nothing cool with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I did hear.
He's not doing it with Waterstones anymore?
Oh. I didn't know that was confirmed, but they did have a lot of issues with people not receiving the books that they ordered.
Really?
And Waterstones never publicly announced or apologized for it. Not even to TJ Klune, because he asked them about it. Well, that is very unfortunate that we won't have matching editions for the Green Creek series now.
Yeah.
So now do I need to order like the US Wolf Song if I want to get the rest?
Oh, his Sprayed Edges would be with
Waterstones is also doing this. This is the one that I pre-ordered.
Oh, okay.
So I guess this is like the last contracted one. I did not know Barnes & Noble was doing this. Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. Okay, so this, but it doesn't have sprayed edges. It just has like the design on the naked hardcover and end papers, which I don't care as much about. Okay. That sucks, but understandable.
Yeah.
And then Illumicrate did the House in the Cerulean Sea and the other one, but now they're not doing this third one to match with the sprayed edges and stuff. So we're gonna have a lot of unmatching stuff for him.
I need to finish the Green Creek series. This one.
You haven't finished?
Because it's gonna be so good, and I just like.
Which one are you on?
Perfect. I've only read the first two.
Oh my gosh.
But they were both so good, and now I'm like
the fourth one is gonna wreck you.
I need to be prepared, and I'm not.
Yeah, it's definitely a book you need to be prepared for.
I need to reread Wolfsong though. That was so good.
Wolfsong is probably still my favorite of the four. Yeah, they have the paperback with the sprayed edges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to buy paperbacks now that I have all the hardcovers. Yeah, being a collector is hard these days.
Yes. All right. Well, yes. Good chat.
Yeah, lots to talk about.
I'm glad I love this book, though.
I'm just really hoping the next one's going to be better.
Yeah.
Okay, let me type in the chat what the heck the book is. What is it called? Our next read is The Longing of Love. I can never remember those.
Try typing the author's last name.
I can only do Lana P. That's all I can remember. The choice will not match the words either. In what way? Like the paperback?
Oh, like the cover? Because that does not match.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I did wonder about that, why it was so different.
Generic.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was a placeholder. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Well, that's it then. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm glad most of you enjoyed the book. Just me and Christy.
So
me and Christy. Okay. Bye, everyone.